I was just thinking about my life choices when I was suddenly interrupted by the new guards update. I wanted to see what it was all about, so I hopped into queue and was immediately sent into a game. Once I joined, I was given the choice to either be a guard or be a player. I of course chose to be a guard. I quickly paid my fee of a measly 325 won and was then shown a cutscene. It was a guard, rolling out of bed, shit, and tying his shoes somehow. But I then realized I was that same guard. I knew I was stupid, but I'm pretty sure I'm not stupid enough to tie non-existent shoes. Anyways, after 12 very long seconds, I was teleported to all of my brothers. I walked down a hallway and was given another cutscene. I was picking up a sniper. I already knew what this meant. Red light, green light. I was suddenly teleported to the game and I was put into first person. The front man then told me to shoot anyone who disobeyed the rules. I got you, bro. The game began and some little kid moved. I shot him with my sniper, but he didn't die. Bro was literally invincible. This happened over and over. I shot like 20 people, but none of them died. These guys were literally made out of iron. I finished the game with, sadly, only one kill. And I wasn't even the one who killed him either. My brothers and I were then teleported to the game room. I played a few matches of Mario, got a few plushies from the claw machine, and even played ping pong by myself since I have no friends. Until I was told to go to my locker. In there, I found a Glock 17. I was literally drooling. I quickly thanked the front man for this blessing and then went to the Dalona lobby. I was literally jumping in my boots. We were then put into the Dalona game. The players were in their cutscenes, looking super weird while us guards were craving blood. The game starts, and the players get their cookies. I looked around to see if anyone got the Mona Lisa cookie, but no one did. I waited for one of the players to break their cookies, but none of them did. Somehow, none of them cracked their cookies, not even the noobs. Sadly, I couldn't shoot any of them. Once the game ended, we were brought back into the guards room. As soon as we got back, we were teleported into the games once again. It was complete chaos. Most, if not all of the players were targeting the guards. I tried to shoot as many as I could, but only killed a few. But I was then given the worst news of my life. My shift ended. The front man literally fired me. It didn't matter though, since now it was time for hide and seek. I was hoping, praying, begging for Seeker so I could at least get a little bit of blood on my hands. Thankfully, my prayers were answered. The game started, and I began running around looking for my victim. It took a few minutes, but I finally found a poor hider hiding behind a wall. I hit him with a backstab, then a slash, then a final backstab, ending his life in seconds. The rest of hide and seek was boring. I got a few more kills, but nothing exciting happened. It was now time for jump rope. This was the least exciting game of them all. Ink Games should have buffed it already. I'm still disappointed at myself for breaking a leg. I don't even know how I could have possibly done that. I still beat it, of course, but my dignity completely vanished. It was now time for Glass Bridge. Since there was 12 people left, I didn't want to risk falling. So I did an aura farm. These people wouldn't move for their lives. We stayed on the same panel for about 3 lifetimes. The only person who died was this bacon who was too slow physically and mentally to jump off the platform that was literally breaking beneath his feet. It took a while and a few wrong panels, but we successfully made it to the end. Now, it was voting. I would usually play one more game, but I needed to pay the bills somehow. I convinced the rest of the players to rebel, and I was then given the opportunity I was looking for the whole game. The front man wanted to hire me again. I would do anything to protect the front man. The game starts, and I spawn in with the rest of my brothers. I look down and see those wretched players just standing there. I began running towards them, declaring vengeance against the players. I went down and saw a few of the other guards there too. They were being overpowered by the players. I began shooting, killing one of them. They then migrated above. I'm not even joking, this part took about 30 minutes. The players did some really annoying strategy of just sitting under some stairs and waiting for the guards to show. The rest of the guards were complete cowards and basically did nothing the whole time. I spent all of my 5 lives charging at them since the other guards wouldn't do anything. After a while, the players finally moved on to the only part that's possible for the guards to win. It took another 10 minutes of the guards and players just exchanging bullets. I thought I liked the Glock 17, but it's probably the worst weapon in the entire game. At that point, I'd rather have had a plastic fork to fight them. Finally, the guards were actually winning. We somehow managed to kill another player, and at that point, it was literally a 2v100. It was an easy win. It took us a few more minutes to kill the second to last player. But at that point, it was a 1v100. We all ambushed him and finally ended the games. The guards came out victorious. We waited for the countdown to end, and after it did, I thought we'd get some power rolls or something, but the game wouldn't end. It literally went into the negatives. I thought it was just a glitch, but it wouldn't stop. I knew the game was completely bugged. I left the game with nothing. The front man didn't even pay me.